Something about today just doesn't feel right. But I just can't tell what it is. Wait. What day is it today? Monday. I fucking hate Mondays!
I hate Monday, 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 I hate 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 Monday, 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 Monday.
Good Monday morning. Javier Fresco in the building. Fredo, I'll be live.
What's up?
I know everybody been thinking we ain't coming back, but we are back this week with another show. Thank everybody for being patient. There's been a lot going on, man. Fredo's been out of the country.
Yeah, I thought about not coming back, but Javier called me up and said, you convinced me.
We need you, bro.
I'm like David Ruffin to this script, They need the voices.
I'm telling you, bro. And G5 has been out on business. I've been moving around, working on his new mixtape. So, we had to take some time off, but we are back with I Hate Monday. So, Fredo, you just came back from overseas, man. Let's talk about that.
I just want to say that I decided to go ahead and, slightly ruin my life and be angry like most of the world. And I got engaged, so I should be married pretty soon. It was pretty awesome. This was my third time going back to Paris, and which is a city that I really love. Have some, really good friends over there, and I proposed to her on the spot that I told her I loved her, and we went to Rome after that, and we had a good time in Rome. Drivers are fucking crazy. It's like I thought in Paris driving was crazy, man. It made Paris feel like a small town driving city. It was like people walking on the streets and the cars didn't really matter. It was crazy, but it was a good city, a good experience.
So you heard it. It's official, ladies. Fredo Avila is off the market.
Yes, I'm sorry, but then again, she hasn't put the ring on my finger, so I can still talk.
Uh-oh. Look but don't touch.
Yeah, exactly.
But so let's just talk about your trip overall. How was it? What's your experience, man? I know a lot of people want to go overseas and go to Europe. A lot of people are afraid at these times. What was your experience like? Did you feel safe? Did you have a good time?
Yeah, we felt pretty safe. Just like Javier said, I had a lot of questions before I left. Hey, aren't you afraid that this might happen? Or with all these attacks going on around the world, aren't you afraid that something bad is about to happen? To be honest with you, this is just like any other city that you'd visit in the United States. You just gotta be vigilant, be aware of your surroundings, and you'll be fine. Don't be too trusting to people. You're visiting a new country. Why the hell would you get in somebody's car you don't know? Unless you're paying for a taxi or something. But to be honest with you, I know Paris has had their stuff in the past as far as recently, but I feel very, very, very safe in Paris. I love Paris. So there's Paris is kind of it's becoming like a home away from home, because I feel you drop me off in Paris and I can get through the metro. I can navigate my way through the city, and it's really safe. You see a lot of police presence, a lot of soldiers around major monuments, but it's as safe as it can possibly get. And unfortunately, if bad stuff is going to happen, it's going to happen, man. There's nothing you can do about it. But my experience and my fiance's experience, it was fantastic. People were great. We had a good time, good food, good drinks, nightlife, in all the cities were pretty great.
So where did you go exactly? Where did you go?
We went to Paris, we went to Rome, and then she had some family in Sweden. So we went to Stockholm and this city outside of Stockholm, Ludvika, which I'd never heard. In fact, if you would ask me where the hell Lubivka is, I would have said probably Ukraine. But to be honest with you, I know I never heard of Lubivka in my life, but it was very, very, very small. Like, it was like the countryside of Sweden, and it was really nice. Really great people. Her cousins were really great. So, yep, that being said, if you guys out there want to go overseas and travel abroad and do that, don't let things that you hear in the news stop you, because as silly as it may sound, if you do that, you're letting the people that are, trying to, attack and everything win. It's silly, but it's true, Yeah. So just do what you got to do to live life, man. Don't let anybody put imprison you into thinking that you can only stay in the U.S.
It sounds like a hell of a damn trip, bro.
Yeah, man.
I ain't gonna lie, I've been scared myself to even think about going outside the country right now.
Don't worry, Prescott, hold your hand.
And to be honest with you, lately I hadn't even really felt safe in the United States. There's been a lot going on, man. Like the incident in Portland, and just so much shit that's happening right now in the news and around the country. Like, I don't feel safe really anywhere where a lot of people are, or where, just traveling as a whole. So we were talking the other day, and you told me about this documentary, man, LA 92.
Dude, yeah, that's. I mean, with that documentary, it's not like somebody's narrating. Like, Morgan Freeman's not like, "Hi, this is LA 92." I'm Morgan Freeman.
Yeah.
No, it's just showing you like news clips that were out, like that, from news outlets that from the very beginning, from Rodney King. And I had no idea about this other one that I guess this young girl, she was a really good student in school. Great grades, did not do anything to deserve this, but she black in LA.
Yeah.
Basically, the cashier thought that she was trying to steal orange juice. Yeah. Why the hell would you try to steal orange juice? And steal orange juice, and then why would you think as a cashier that you have a right to just shoot somebody
for stealing
orange juice?
I didn't know anything about that one either.
Yeah, that was weird. That was crazy.
Yeah. But at the same time, 92, I was 3 years old. So
yeah,
a lot of this was going on. But a lot of people ask me why I don't really rock with 12 like that. And anybody who from the hood, listen to rap music of the day, they know who 12 is. I don't even have to explain it. Why don't you rock with 12? Why you don't trust 12? And I realized that when I was a kid, I saw Rodney King get beat, man, for a long time on TV. And I'm like, damn, I thought they were here to help us out. And it kind of changed the whole feel and the whole mood, like the whole perspective that I had for police officers. And, I do know that there are some good police officers out there, but it's just been the stigma that surrounded police officers for years. And it's like, it's embedded. And when you watch things like LA 92, documentaries like that, it shows you why it's like that, man. Yeah,
it's really disgusting, man. Like, even like the police chiefs, remarks to the city council when they were like, having a hearing and everything. The police chief just basically made a threat that essentially said that, the city council better wise up and stand with the police on this or else. And one of the city councilmen was like, "Is that a threat?" And he's like, "How dare you think that was a threat?"
Yeah,
that was a threat.
He tried to switch it up so quick.
it was a threat.
You kind of got to watch it to see what we're talking about.
Yeah,
man. But I tell you one thing about LA, like, people talk about the gangs in LA and all of that shit, but you watch this documentary, bro, you see how people went off, like, for days. Like, they were tirelessly tearing up LA, burning shit down, looting. It was like relentless, bro. And it's like they didn't get tired until Rodney King was like, "Can we all just get along?" Like,
yeah, basically. And it just wasn't like things were boiling underneath the surface. That not only just with blacks versus whites, but it was like there's certain things boiling underneath the surface for. Just like with the if you see LA 92, you understand when I mentioned the Korean community. Yeah. They even got the They got everything torn. Like they were targeted just as much as white people during the riots because, they felt the community felt that they were just coming in and taking advantage of the black community. And seeing
what I do like about the documentary, it kind of gives you both sides. Like it shows you the anguish that a lot of African American people across the country felt when the cops from the Rodney King case got off, when the lady from the convenience store got off for killing that teenage girl.
Yeah, who was convicted, but the judge went ahead and reversed the...
exactly.
That's bullshit.
It shows you how black people felt, and then it shows you how everybody else that was affected by the riots felt.
Yeah, because even in the documentary, there... not only the black community, but the Hispanic community, the Latino community was pissed. And so even when they were laying the Hispanics past, they're like, if they're brown, leave them leave. Let them go. If they're Hispanic, let them go. Because they deal with the same shit sometimes. That's something that we share. So as being a Hispanic man myself, so
they kind of get to feel what these people felt that lost family members or that lost everything because of racial violence or police brutality. And it's people can show people like, look, okay, you want to put us through this, then, and then a lot of people turn a deaf ear, a blind eye to it. We're gonna bring it to your front door and see how you deal with it.
Yeah, and it really, and just from seeing the documentary, I feel that things didn't start, like, they didn't start taking notes, like, oh yeah, the city was burning down and they wouldn't want to send cops in certain areas, but then Hollywood started getting attacked, like more predominantly white neighborhoods started getting, they're like, oh, we can't let this happen, all right, it's time to settle this down. That's when they'll take notice and be like, all right guys, we understand, we hear you. And it sucks that we have to try to like play, that people are like, oh, you're playing the race card, but sometimes they give us no choice.
Let me ask you this.
Come on now.
Because I feel like a lot of people, what do people categorize you as?
People that don't know me either think that I'm just a really tanned white guy or Italian, but or they automatically say, oh, you must be Mexican, and I'm like, well, I'm sure that there's some Mexican heritage back there, but my heritage primarily comes from Spain. That's where my great grandfather was from, that's where a lot of my family was from, but that's I guess Hispanic, really. To keep it simple, I say Hispanic.
Have you dealt with anything like? What has your racial experience been like?
I've experienced racism in the past. There's this, when I first got up to North Texas. North Texas was a culture shock to me, because coming from El Paso was a predominantly Hispanic community. I maybe had like 3 white friends and like 5 black friends, and everybody else was Hispanic. And that's just depending on where you grew up, that's how it was. And when I got up here, it was like complete like white people all over the place, and I was just like to be honest with you, I was kind of a little frightened. I was like, man, I'm gonna get my ass kicked up here, but. So there's this one girl and it sucked because I was taking care of her because I was my freshman year in college. She was really drunk. This is a white girl, and these other guys were trying to like do shit and
trying to smash.
Yeah, basically. And I was like, nah, dude, don't like just leave her alone. She was my friend's bed, and then she looks at me and she's like, you don't think that you're gonna try anything because because you're fucking Mexican. I don't do that shit. You're like, you're dirty. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, this, like, when I was a kid, we were on our way to San Antonio, and I was with my parents and a couple of my siblings were on our way to go see my brother graduate from the Air Force for at least from boot camp, and there was basically, we're the only like minority in the restaurant. It was like a trucker stop, and there's a little diner. We stopped there, we grabbed something to eat, and we're just getting horrible service, and I didn't understand. But the lady was just really rude every time she approached our table. And I asked for some more orange juice, and she just looks at me, snaps, and like, the damn orange juice isn't free. I was just like, my mom's like, what the fuck? Like, we're gonna pay for this. Like, just get him some more juice. I'm like 8 years old. I'm like, damn. What the hell, dude? Like, why would you? I mean, you do realize you're working for a tip, probably,
Well, I can say,
it just, it's little things like that, but it's just, I mean.
I have a lot of white friends, and it's, I'm pro-black to the fullest, but at the same time, bro, we all people. We all God's children. But, like, I come from a place, bro, where, like, you say, not very much black-white interaction. It was a lot of... I don't want to paint the picture separate but equal, but it's just a lot of separation, Mm-hmm. So when it comes to being like establishing commonality and conversation with white people, it just wasn't something that I was used to until I went to college my sophomore year. My freshman year, I went to HBCU, Mississippi Valley State Stand Up. But I went to predominantly a historically white university in my sophomore year in college, and it was totally different from the Black Greek experience to the party experience to just the overall like cultural experience. It was totally different, bro. And it's like growing up, I didn't really go to school with white people. So trying to understand and interact with white people, bro, was culture shock. But I will say, as far as racism, I'm from Mississippi. I dealt with more racism in the state of Texas than I ever did in Mississippi. Because in Mississippi, it's clear cut. And it's getting better now, but it's more of a, we go to school over here, y'all go to school over there. We really didn't blur the lines that much, if that makes sense. Yeah. And it's, what was understood and need to be explained, so to speak. And it's like you moved to North Texas. Actually, when I first moved to Texas, I was in West Texas, and that's a whole nother story. I've dealt with, like, we go to restaurants in West Texas, me and my fiance, and like everybody stopped eating and look at us like, what the hell? You know what I'm saying? Like, how they get in here? They got enough money to eat this shit? And it's like, damn, like I ain't have to deal with this back at the crib. Like, we from where Emmett Till got killed at, And it's not, it's just, to me, man, it's a sad situation that you got to know how to maneuver in so many different situations. Like, you got environments that are conducive to black people trying to make a move, and then you got environments that are just like, hey, y'all stay over there, and you got to know how to interact and move around in both of them situations.
I just got to say, Fresco, like, speaking of like race and everything, I'm just trying to do what the white man has been doing to both of our people for the past like 400 years or so.
What's that?
Fuck him, man. my fiance's white, so that's trying to ruin that line right there. I feel bad for my kids because they're gonna be mixed, but hey, you know what? You gotta do what I can. Totally kidding. Please don't divorce me already, please.
So you pretty much stealing from them like they stole for us. Like, let's take country music for example, man. I was at work and I was listening to the radio. They always play country music. Tell me why this country music singer did his own rendition of "Let Me Love You" by Mario. And people,
how did it sound? You should like me love.
It sounded horrible, bro. It's a slap in the face to me, bro. Like, it's crazy because, like, you got to think, like, what else can they steal? Like, I can see a lot of different songs crossing over, like Icebox. Mario. How you think that'll sound?
Fussing and fighting, we're back at it again. I know that it's my fault. You got my I got memories.
It is crazy because it's probably already been done, bro. I can guarantee you that country music artists stolen so many R&B songs and put that twang on it, and people, the consumers of country music, don't even know where it originated from.
Lamar's probably driving and just listens to that. He's like, what the fuck?
I'll tell you what, This is what I need. I need a country music artist. You sing country music, hit me up. We're gonna get some clearance. We're gonna get some R&B songs. We're gonna redo them. We're gonna make a lot of money. Watch.
We will, man.
It's gonna be crazy.
I mean, white people, they love the culture, they love the music, they just hate the people, bro.
Yeah, and it's so weird,
Yeah.
bro, because they adopt everything that we do, like from our style to our slang to.
No, Mexico doesn't even celebrate Cinco de Mayo.
Yeah.
You know? But here it's a national holiday.
It's like they pick up on everything, but they kill us in the streets, bro. It's fucking
dude.
crazy, bro. Stop demanding, man.
Yeah.
Fucking crazy.
By the way, I love your shoes. Not giving me them.
So, on a lighter note, you got the NBA Finals going on. Who you got?
Man, I really do want the Cavs to win. I just don't like Golden State. I think that Steph Curry is not the greatest player like right now. I think he's good. I would compare
Shots
him to,
fired.
I would compare him to Reggie Miller, but no way would I compare him to not even a LeBron James or a Michael Jordan or Kobe Bryant. You know, he's not that caliber, because with those guys, if they can't make those threes, they will drive it in. You stop him in his threes, he'd averaging about 10 points, 12 points. Yes, he's a good three-point shooter. He's a specialist at that. That's great. But that's it, you know? Now, the things that the Warriors do have going for them is that they have other weapons. They have Kevin Durant that they recently acquired this past season, I believe. I mean, that's a major player. That's a game changer for them. But
Do you think they have enough? Either team, who has the better pieces though overall? Because you got KD, you got Klay Thompson, you got Steph, you got Draymond over here with the Warriors. And then you got LeBron and his supporting cast. You got Kyrie, you got J.R. Smith every now and again, and then you got Kevin Love.
I think though the Warriors might have individual players, better individual players, like a lot more on their team. I feel as a team, the Cavs have a better team.
Teamwork made the dream work. That's what a lot of people don't understand, man. So, don't be surprised if, you see the Cavs bring this one out, man, because it's kind of wide open at this point. Still, it's early in the series.
Yeah.
And, you got to leave room for the natural element of the game to take place, especially with, it's the fucking NBA Finals, man.
Anything can happen. 2 games gone, it don't matter.
It's win or go home.
Exactly.
Still, and we just got to watch it play out. I'm enjoying it, though. The only thing I haven't enjoyed about the playoffs as a whole, not just the finals, it's been too many blowouts. All the way up until this point, the Warriors have been sweeping everybody. The Cavaliers, the only team they didn't sweep was the last team before the finals. And it's just been, to me, I don't know if we got too many superstar teams or if teams are not adjusting to what's happening to like the big threes or I don't think a lot of teams have enough star power to keep up with the Warriors and Cavs right now.
Yeah, I think that the one thing that I will say about, well, first off, the Spurs were beating the crap out of the Golden State Warriors until they took out Kawhi Leonard, and I feel that the Golden State Warriors are doing what they can to be to that level of what the Spurs have done for the past 20 years, but the Spurs have done it through drafts.
Yeah. The
Golden State Warriors, to Fresco's point, have had to put their team together through free agency. Have to go create a super team.
Exactly.
As we're with the front office for the Spurs, they don't need to create nothing. They have the elements. They have the coach. They're like the team that you want to play for, because it's the coach that you want to have coaching you.
It's interesting you bring that up because
I guess what I'm trying to say is fuck Golden State.
It's interesting you bring that up because if you look at it, it's true. The Spurs, they really build a team for the future.
They develop, man.
Yeah, you see guys stay over there for years, man. It's like with the Warriors, this could very well be over in the next 2-3 years if they don't start building with depth.
Too many Cubas, man.
Yeah.
Show me the money.
Straight up, they had a pretty deep team last year. They had to shed a lot of fat just to get KD, and it's like if you keep trimming fat, you won't have much substance with your team. So in the long run, we're gonna see a watered down version of a Golden State, or like a damn straw person. They're gonna be strong, starting 5 wise, and then you go to their bench, it's gonna be some bullshit.
But look what happened with Miami. They lost a lot of their key players, and now they're chumps again.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not champs, they're chumps. And man,
what do you think GMs can do to kind of keep it going? Like the Spurs, they always got it, man. It's always there.
I think that a mentality has to change, not only with the ownership but with the players too. I mean, you have guys like Jordan. He had been with the league for a while before he won his first championship, but he stuck with his team. Yeah. I'm sure he was tempted to leave. I mean,
there's no loyalty. I agree.
But there's no more loyalty to your team. There's no more Tim Duncans out there that will stick with that team. I mean, Tony Parker and Ginobili are probably going to retire, if not after this season, in the next season or two.
I remember when Ginobili had a full head of hair.
Yeah. No. But Ginobili went off on Harden this past playoffs, man. He treated him like he was like a JV team or something,
Yeah.
And I think it has to do. I think a good example of that particular thing failing is what Mark Cuban has done with the Mavericks.
Yeah.
He does not draft. He might be a great business owner. Hell, he might be a good guy on TV, like a good personality on TV with Shark Tank and everything. But he doesn't know a goddamn thing what he's doing with basketball. And out of respect, I mean, no disrespect, but right now you're not showing us that you do, because what you do all the time is just try to get those players in to win now. And what you need to do is probably still somebody from the Spurs front office, and go ahead and just, because I love the Texas teams. I'm a huge Chicago Bulls fan because of Jordan and growing up in the 90s. But as far as Texas teams go, I just, whoever's in the playoffs, I support them. But if I had to rank it, Spurs, and then after that it's Houston and the Mavericks. And I feel that if Mark Cuban wants to redeem himself, he's got to learn how to draft. And he's got to realize that he's going to have a couple of bad seasons because of that, but he's going to benefit out that because they're going to go ahead and develop. A good example for the Spurs is of the fact that there's some times where Pop gets pissed off at all of his starters because they're not performing, and he'll bench their asses. He's done this in the playoffs too, and he'll send the entire bench, just empty the bench out, for the rest of the game, and that bench almost gets him back. But he shows that I don't give a shit who you are. I have confidence that you practice. I show you what needs to be done to win this game. You're going to go perform and execute, and that's what they do. They believe in Pop because Pop believes in them, and he believes in his development process.
Pop got the formula, man.
Dude, so
anybody looking for the formula, go holler at Pop. He the plug. I'm telling you. But it's sad because once the series is over, all the major sports that I watch, once the NBA finals are over, are going to be done. I don't watch hockey. I don't watch baseball. I don't watch NASCAR. I don't watch none of that. So it's going to be a long couple months.
NASCAR guy.
Me a NASCAR guy, bro?
Yeah, dude. Yeah, truckers hat and everything, dude.
Okay. I don't rock with NASCAR at all. It's like I'd rather watch paint dry. But, it's like, what am I going to do for the next couple months waiting on NFL preseason? That's what's going to be killing us, bro. The suspense with everything that's happening in the offseason, all these draft picks that's going to these different places. You got Cleveland loading it up. You got
Cleveland should be interesting this season.
Yeah, you got Beast Mode going to Oakland. You just got so many moving parts this year, and now we got to wait all the way up to that point.
Yeah.
I'm not excited about that at all. So that's about all we got for y'all this week. Next week, G5 will be back. Hopefully we'll have some more of you guys with your Q&As. Keep them Q&As rolling, man. iHateMonday.Q&A@gmail.com. Artists, submit your songs. iHateMonday.submissions@gmail.com.
You've been loving all those submissions, man.
Man, we've been getting some real dope
Yeah.
music from independent artists across the country. We got New York, we got artists from Mississippi that's been posting.
From Texas.
Yeah, this week we got a guy from North Texas, from Dallas. His name is K-Ro. Shout out to homie K-Ro with his new single, Tony Dorsett. Check it out.
Know me? Nah, I don't think they do. I don't think they know, player. And if they're asking who I am, then I tell them Tony Dorsett. Tony Dorsett. Get it!
Tony Dorsett. 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 Tony Dorsett.
I'm on that unveiling stage, people get out my way. Cause by the time that I'm finished, you gon' remember the face. I ain't got too big headed, hard to carry my weight. You try to pull me down, I put an elbow right to your face. It's that time to take over, put the world on my shoulders. If you talking BS, homie, I will ignore you. You wanna learn from a grind, you gotta pay me to coach you. Bring a challenge to me, then I will expose you. Cause I gotta document my life, put it on film. My future's brighter than the sun, never going dim. Some people think they qualify for the contracts. Before you get the racks, gotta have the skills to match.
Tony Dorsett. 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 Tony Dorsett.
Make your haters get sadder. When you smile, they get madder. When you climb up the ladder, petty shit won't longer matter. I stay avoiding that drama, you know it's coming right at you. If you critiquing my story, make sure you read all my chapters. Cause see, I'm about the action, no talking. Gotta keep it steady running, I'm flossing. You catch you making some historical moments from Triple D, Dallas to Austin. On that front line, I'ma push through. To myself, it ain't nothing to prove. Gotta grind right to eat right, show appetite for that good life. Goddamn, my taste too expensive, no time to get cheap. I did it. I'm planting my money, my verse is full of seeds. They think I'm moving too fast, I have a need for speed. Surviving risky rewards, benefits I should reap.
Tony Dorsett. 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 Tony Dorsett.
The setbacks I got hit, I brushed it off then fixed it. Vengeance with lyrics, my flow's nasty just like a flick. My homies, we clinch this and you can be a witness. I'm telling you, you ain't messing with my clique. If you see me, don't be distracting us. We walking with models, showing big bottles. Live like we're the lotto, yeah man, we live by that motto. My mind is on focus, and when I laugh, I'm not joking. No plan. Failure is my opponent. If I'm defeated, I'm hoping I'm gonna carry the power. Go out of style. Dream big like a child. We only here for a while. At the end of the day, all I know is I'm blessed. If you asking my name, I tell them
Tony Dorsett.
get it.
Tony Dorsett. 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 Tony Dorsett.
And we back. That was K-Ro.
Really good song, man.
Yeah, with Tony Dorsett. He from North Dallas, man. So all you North Dallas people, man, go and find it on SoundCloud. Whatever he got it posted. You can also follow him on Instagram, Michael Cairo _. You'll check out some of his photos, his videos. Tony Dorsett. Like the song. You're gonna see if it's gonna make some noise around the Metroplex.
Yeah, dude, and just support your local artists wherever you're from, man. Whether you're in Texas, Mississippi, New York, California, wherever it is, man. Just you gotta support that local music, man. Support the underground stuff. It's very important.
Because major labels are out of the picture now, man. Independents are taking over. It's enough room at the table for everybody to eat, but we need your support. All right, man. So that's all we got. Y'all be safe this Monday morning. Y'all have a blessed one. This has been I Hate Monday, powered by Sweatshop Media. Fredo Avila.
Yes, sir. And for all you working class Americans, just keep your head down. Do your job, man.
Do your damn job.
Do your damn job.